This video is brought to you by me. I'd like to thank me for sponsoring this video, for not giving up and making another video even though it's been like 2 months. Hi everyone, this is Priscilla here and welcome back to my channel. It's been a freaking minute. I definitely got sidetracked. I definitely failed myself when I said I would make one video a week for at least a year. That was one way that I justified buying a fancy camera, but I am not going to bring myself down. I think if I've learned anything in the past year of my life especially is that you just keep going no matter what. Like anything that we conclude like, oh, I missed a week so I should stop altogether, that doesn't make sense. It's kind of like, sorry to kind of bring it serious, but there's someone that I know that relapsed recently and they bought like an 8-ball of meth, and they're like, I was trying to convince them to throw the rest out that they hadn't already used, and they're like, well, I already relapsed, so might as well just use the whole goddamn thing and, like, you know, make my relapse count. And I'm just kind of like, sure, I get it, as a fellow addict, I get it, but at the same time it really doesn't make sense. Like, why do you have to go all the way down the spiral of darkness when you have an opportunity to stop? And even though you kind of sidetracked a little bit, you can actually, you know, you hear that pitter patter? That's Huckleberry, aka baby, coming. Hi baby, wanna say hi? What were you doing out there? I was barking up a storm. Alright. Oh gosh. Anyway, as I was saying, just why go off the deep end when you don't have to, when you have an opportunity to stop? So just kind of like me, I was like, oh, I missed 2 months, I haven't done this in 2 months, so might as well just not do it anymore. Like, no, like, I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna do the best I can. So the reason why I kind of fell off track, and thank you to like the 1 or 2 of you guys, strangers, that commented on my sobriety video, that actually really motivated me to keep going and making these videos as well, because, you know, it's nice to see like those little words of encouragement for me, and to know that like the videos are being watched and I don't know who's gonna watch them and who I might help, or, you know, so I'm gonna keep doing it. The reason why I had like a 2-month hiatus was because I started a new job, and I work in mental health, and I'm in a privileged position to be able to be a manager of these 2 transitional living homes for people who have co-occurring disorders, and yeah, and they live in our homes while they receive outpatient treatment from our center. And it's just basically a new startup. It's a 2nd location opening up here in the Bay Area, so I just had to do a lot of hiring and I had to do a lot of training, and I actually lived at the homes for like 2 weeks until I was fully staffed, and it was just crazy, and I was like crying in my room all the time because I just felt like my life wasn't normal, and it wasn't during that time, and it kind of just got me out of my normalcy, which one of them was to the train. So yeah, it got me out of my normalcy, one thing, which was that I was making these weekly videos that, even though it caused me a lot of anxiety and stress every week to do it, was actually also really awesome. Like, helped my self-esteem to do it, and was really nice just making time to be creative and to make these videos and share them with whoever watches them. So yeah, so I was just kind of off a lot of my routine, and it's been about a month now that I feel like I'm getting some routine back in my life, and it's been great, and I'm super grateful, and I think the fact that I'm sitting here right now making this video is also a testament to the fact that I'm back in some stability and back in some centeredness and alignment, because I know that I need to be doing this as much as possible. I don't really have something like a topic that I want to share with you guys today. or this week rather, I just wanted to kind of share about like how I'm doing, which I've never really done a video about me per se, but I'm gonna use me as an example of some of the tools I've already shared, like some self-care stuff and just kind of a check-in, if you will. Yeah, well, I guess something that I kind of can talk about as a thing that I'm really into right now in my practice and witchy self-care and staying attuned to my truth is I've been really into greenery, hence this beautiful is it a fig tree plant? I think that's what it's called. It's really beautiful. I got it at Home Depot. I don't know if I've named him yet. It's a him, I think. My girlfriend thinks it's a her, but whatever. I've just been really into, I got some other ferns and stuff that I have in my room, and I've just been really into, which is not anything special or unique. I know a lot of people are into greenery, but I just realized how happy it really makes me to be able to keep these plants alive. And because I remember there was a time in my life where I could not keep a single plant alive. And granted, thank God, I mean, I should be able to keep a plant alive because I've kept Huckleberry alive, my dog, alive for almost a year and a half now, and he's healthy and happy. But you know, plants are delicate, you know, and you have to be mindful of them. They are creatures that are alive, that need sunshine, they need positivity, they need a vibrant room or space to be able to thrive. And I'm just so thankful for the life that's in my room. And yeah, I've been really into nature, and I think that's and I've been going to the river more often than not. I went on a camping trip down to Sequoia National Park with my family. It was our annual camping trip, and it was so much fun. And the fires, you know, the Yosemite fire was down there, the Ferguson fire was going on. It was like smoky, but we were still able to have like a really good time. And I think as of today, Yosemite National Park has finally opened up again, so I'm glad that the fires are somewhat controlled for that to happen. And I've just been really interested, and just interested, that's not the right word, but yeah, perhaps interested. I've been really attuned to how important I think Mother Earth has always been in my life, but more importantly, how much I really need it to ground me. And I think that's why I'm really interested right now in like moving to another state. So if you're new to my channel, or this is your first video you're watching of me, I'm in California. I'm in San Francisco Bay Area, specifically Berkeley, California. And I've always been in California, and I grew up in Los Angeles. I went to college in the Bay Area. I went back to LA, and then I came back up here almost 3 years ago now. And I mean, and part of it is I went to a wedding in Kansas City. One of my best friends, Esther, she got married, and I got to see the Midwest. And my girlfriend Britt, as you guys met in my other video where she talked about Chinese medicine and acupuncture, they grew up in Minnesota, so I spent time out there for the holidays last year, and I just loved energetically the pace of life out there. And there's something really beautiful I was drawn to in terms of the flat land, I loved the humidity actually. I loved kind of the mom and pop culture. I loved the bricks. I loved the history. I loved that the clouds were fluffier and the sky was bluer. And I don't know, maybe I'm just a little spoiled California. I'm looking for something fresh and new, and only to go there and be like, oh, I miss California. But I really don't think so. I think I really appreciate that pace of life and kind of that kind of humanity that I think that Midwesterners specifically have, and the gentleness and like the softness and the thoughtfulness. Anyway, I'm just really in this space of feeling homey, hence kind of plants, grounded, and perhaps I'm really craving that because of all the planets that are in retrograde right now. Like, I've been so out of it, to be honest. I don't even know which planets are. I mean, I definitely know Mercury's in retrograde. We all know Mercury's always in retrograde. I think I saw that Pluto, technically, if you still count that as a planet, which I do, is in retrograde. Jupiter, Saturn, I don't know, there's 6 of them total that are in retrograde. So I just know that there's a lot of like kind of just shakiness that's happening within our bodies and within the world. I mean, the shakiness is happening always in the world, but there's a lot of just like, I think, movement happening backwards, and it's uncomfortable. And so when that discomfort comes, we naturally crave things that are comfortable and warm and protective. And maybe that's my personal, come to think of it, personal process right now that I'm going through with everything going on in the world, that the more instability that there is, the more I try to create these spaces of warmth and comfort and security in home. And it's really, really important. I'm also really trying to declutter. I don't have much space in my home, and I try to do my best to like honor the fact that I am a Capricorn and I love material things, but you know, I also value simplicity, and I value kind of in my Japanese culture and practice of like kind of just having everything have a function and being minimalist to a certain extent. I don't know. This video, if anything, it might be more for me than for you guys this week, to process out loud and to show up for myself and make this, and in return show up for you guys who may be watching it. But yeah, I don't know. It is, as always, squirmy time. Summer is coming to a close. Fall is just around the corner, and people when fall comes, we're like, oh my god, it's already here. Yes, it's already here. I'm wearing a sweater, kind of fall, but look, it's kind of summer vibe still. In transition we are of the seasons. A lot of reflection, just trying to stay in gratitude, knowing I'm such a blessed person in this world, and whenever I forget that, I try to getting back into my gratitude, because that's where the truth really is. And then one thing that definitely has become very apparent to me is that I need to exercise. I need to move my body, and I can come and dance, and some of you may know I do burlesque, and just getting into my body and getting flexible in it, because I feel the stagnation in it, and it's so important to flush it out. Anyway, enough about me. I guess what I'll leave you guys with in terms of the stuff that I kind of discussed and talked about in the video, where do you find your warmth? Where do you find your security? How can you access that in a world that is constantly stripping you away from comfort and security and strength and resources? Like, how do you draw upon your own self, or your tribe or your family or what have you, to create a security blanket? You know, I shared that I do little things, like I get plants, and I will I've been going to nature. I swam in the river, and I felt really cleansed by the natural waters. You know, it's, for me, kind of going outside has been important just as much as it's been to nurture my home environment. So I guess what I want to leave with you guys, in terms of what we can ponder about the next week is, again, where do you find your warmth? Where is your support? Where what sustains you to keep you grounded during these times of turbulence? And does it come in holding in like a crystal in your hand? Does it come with being with your loved ones? Does it come making a home-cooked meal? Does it come by taking a long drive and clearing out your head? You know, what grounds you, and what keeps you protected? Obviously, that's a big question. And I'll leave you guys with this too, and share something a little bit about me. So there's this place called the Yerba Buena Center for the Arts in San Francisco, and I have been given this wonderful opportunity to be a fellow there this year, and to participate in this beautiful question of how do we obtain and sustain collective safety. So I guess that's been on my mind a lot, because we're trying to answer this as a fellowship, and by no means do I believe we will really come to a concrete answer. We'll probably like find little snippets and slivers of it, but I guess, yeah, and this video is kind of coming to this theme of safety. And so I really believe in participating in your individual safety will contribute to the collective safety. So until next time, think about what that means for you. How do you find your individual safety and security? How do you self-soothe and nurture? And comment below to share with me how you do that, or connect with me on social media. My handles, I'll put it in the description box below, so you can follow me and we can interact, and I can share with you my findings, and I look forward to hearing yours. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully.